I feel like if more people understood the idea of the true separation between you and the straw man, people wouldn't struggle as much. So let me break it down like this. Think about Nike. Think about an artificial person according to the 14th Amendment versus the natural living person, which is not a part of a corporation. Now, the purpose of an artificial person is to engage in commerce, and it is separated from its agent. So in both structures, an artificial entity exists on paper and is distinct from a living human. Just like how Nike exists as a person, and if you want to sue Nike, you deal with its agent, so too the birth certificate is a person, a company, and the only way to deal with it is through its agent, which happens to be you. Under the corporate structure, Nike requires a registered agent to receive notices. The registered agent is not Nike, and the agent has no personal liability for Nike's action. Underneath the birth certificate model, the birth certificate entity requires a living man or woman to act as a point of contact. The living being is not the named corporate person. The living being has no liability for the birth certificate entity's actions when acting strictly as its agent. The registered agent in this case would be the living man and woman functioning as the agent for the birth certificate entity. In this situation, all liability rests on the corporate person, Nike itself. The registered agent cannot be held liable simply for being the representative, and neither can you. Just like all liability rests on the corporate person named on the birth certificate, while the living man or woman retains no liability for the actions or obligations of the birth certificate entity, because liability attaches to the entity, not the agent. Corporation indemnifies its agent. The agent is shielded unless they personally commit wrongdoing. The birth certificate entity carries all the liabilities. The living man or woman is indemnified from those liabilities because they are distinct from the corporate person. A corporate person is a debtor. An agent is an indemnified representative. You are just an agent. They can't prove it's you. So again, Nike can only act through its representatives, and the agent is separate from the corporation and holds no liability. The birth certificate can only act through the living man or woman, and the living being is separate from the corporate person and holds no liability. The artificial person is the commercial vessel, while the human being is the authorized agent. Again, just like when you want to serve Nike, service is delivered to the registered agent. Acceptance does not make the agent personally liable. So too are documents addressed to the name for the all caps person. The living being can accept the service without taking on the liability, and so too can you take on the rights and benefits of this. That is why you cannot lose, because they cannot prove that you are this entity, but you do get to enjoy the benefits that come with it, such as its ability to create. And here's a quick summary for the road. Think about how deep it goes, jurisdiction, and much more.